Hi there, I'm Anne Edwards. Thanks for joining us on Face Off once again. Now, our guest today has been likened to a character called Ambi, and that's in a famous Tamil movie called Onion. I hope I've pronounced that very well, but of course I'll check with our guest in a while. And he has been likened to this character because of the multiple personality disorder. VELL PAARI, son of former MIC president for 29 years, also former cabinet minister, that was Sri S. Samivelu. Welcome, PAARI, to our show.
Thank you.
Ernie Chen is our resident guest, and we want to ask you a lot of tough questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? We're going to have fun. Okay. Do you have a multiple personality disorder, and why do they liken this character to you?
Okay, I think to answer the question, I think first you have to show me one politician who does not have a multiple personality. I think, as you said, sometime our famous thing is we will tend to say a statement, and tomorrow we'll turn around and we'll say that we was misquoted. But coming back to answer, like, even when it comes to a person who's accused me of having a multiple personality, and he chose a movie called Onion. Okay, but if somebody has watched the movie Onion, they'll realize here's a guy who was actually not happy with the things happening around him.
Sure.
You know, so out of dissatisfaction, he takes a form to actually go out there to get rid of evil. So first of all, if you are going to accuse me of having some sort of a medical problem, then you should first learn to pick the right movie. If you're going to.
So what movie would you pick to describe yourself?
I don't know, what, maybe
Jekyll
and what do you call Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde or something.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
You know?
So you have a good personality, you have a bad personality.
No, what I'm trying to say is what he was trying to say. Okay. Now coming back to the point, I mean, when he talks about we having a personality, a different, I mean, disorder personality.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you really look at it, not many, only one person I think wrote about it, and that was a comment that was on online media he made. This all has arisen purely because it is not somebody from the outside, it is definitely somebody from the inside the party who wrote this, purely because they look at me today as a threat to try to come about bringing some changes within the party.
So you're saying within MIC itself there's someone who wants to take you down before you even compete with them?
Okay, very simple. The most important thing is you have to look at vocabulary. The way it's written. There's one particular word that said nincompoop.
Yes.
There's only one person in the party I know who uses that word.
Can you mention
I won't
his
mention
name?
the name now.
It's a guy.
It is a guy, definitely.
It is a guy, and he wants to take you down.
Yeah, purely because he looks at me as a threat, because I think...
Or because you're Samivelu's son.
Not because Samivelu's son. I think purely because, one, he is also has got aspirations to come up in MIC. So he feels with me being there, I'm a threat to the position he's, because I think he's one of the aspirants also now for the vice president candidate. So he looks at me as a threat. One is that. And number two, maybe because of, I said, today if you say I'm trying to bring about some change, because as I say, society has changed.
What kind of changes are you looking to bring to MIC or even the Indian community?
Okay, when you talk about MIC, what I'm talking about is, as he said, society has evolved. It's you. When you come to Indians in the country, you can't go and tell them anything anymore. Why I'm telling you this, the Indian society today is actually become quite a very literate society. They know what they want. So we should listen to them to ask them what is it that they want. 3/4 of the time we go and tell that, oh, we are going to do a blueprint for the Indian community. I mean, at the end of the day, do we really know what they want? We should be actually doing a study to go down there to ask them what is it they want, instead of us telling them.
So you're telling me that you still do not know what they want, or MIC do not know what they want?
I
Indian
think,
leaders do
okay,
not know what they want?
I really feel what we really need to do is, instead of us coming up and thinking and saying this is what the community wants, we actually have to go down there and do a study.
So have you done the study?
No study has already been done yet.
Why not?
This, as I said, coming to the point, this is what I'm planning to do as a strategic director of the party.
Okay.
I'm actually planning to embark sometime around next month. To at least do a 3-4 month study. I've already spoken to some of the NGOs out there. And when you talk about NGOs, you also have pro NGOs and you also have anti NGOs. But I don't look at them as pro and anti, because at the end of the day, if somebody is complaining about you, that means they have an interest in you.
If
They
you're
want
look-
you to, sorry.
And if you're looking at the vice president position, how much can you really bring forth change? And how many years will you consider yourself the new evolution of the changes for MIC?
Yeah, because you'll still be looked upon as being in MIC, part of government,
Yeah.
part of Barisan Nasional, and
Yeah.
always also Sami Velu's son.
Yeah. You see, one thing is, I am proud to be Sami Velu's son. If not for Sami Velu and if not for MIC, VELL PAARI would not have identity. So I cannot run away from that. But in this last, about 10, 12 years within the party, I've actually worked. But of course, I don't advertise what I do. But quietly on the ground with most of the members in the party, I've quietly worked and I've built my relationship with them, and I've also built my grassroots.
What have you done? What have you done specifically for the grassroots in the community at your work?
Okay, a lot of them approach me like for example, let's talk about in terms of help, from medical help, in terms of education.
These are
It's-
rural Indians?
No, even urban ones. Even urbans one, they've come, and I've helped them out on a lot of those issues. And when somebody comes to me and asks me for some help, I just don't tell them that, look, okay, you should go and look at it this way. I actually do my best to at least find a solution. You see, when somebody comes to see you, it's no use telling, oh, okay, this is the problem, this is the problem, this is how you got it. Because if he's coming to you, he has got no clue on how he's going to handle it.
Right.
So you should, sorry, yeah.
Is the president of MIC doing a good job right now since he has taken over from your father?
He's been known as Menteri Statement, meaning
Okay.
that he would rather issue statements and press releases rather than talk straight to the press. Why is that so? Is there something that he's hiding?
No, I don't think so he's hiding. I think maybe that is how the president reacts. Everybody has got their own way of
But he should know
doing
what the press
politics.
wants because he has been in the press before.
Yeah, I
he has been a
understand
member
that.
of the press
Should
before.
he not
Understand.
be facing
Yeah.
the press and speaking to them and to engage the media, which you are very well aware that Dato Seri Sami Velu always engages the media.
Yeah.
Good or bad, you have to
Okay.
engage the media.
Because that's the feedback I'm getting from the media.
Okay,
Yeah, Pari?
yes, I understand. But that is what he's got people like me to come out there, and because he's always said he believes in what do you mean in what outsourcing, not outsourcing, in delegating.
Oh, so the president is saying that you can go out there
so
and talk.
that is what you see. When the first thing when he told me that you become the strategic director of the party, there are two things I told him. Number one, you must give me freedom to talk. Number two, even there's something wrong within the party, I will still talk. You must give me the freedom to voice.
so what's wrong with the party right now?
Not to say what's wrong with the party. I think what we need to do, we have to do a bit of soul searching.
What kind of soul searching you
What
talking
kind of
about?
what of soul searching? We have to really go and find out what is the reasons the younger generation of Indians have moved away from the party.
So do you know roughly why the Indian generation, younger ones, have moved away and they're not supporting? Is it
Okay.
because of Hindrav? Is it because of more tearing down of more temples and the MIC is not representing to stop that?
Yeah, and it's not fighting for the Indians.
Okay.
Enough.
Yes. I think what the younger generation wants, number one, we have to talk about giving them the freedom to talk. Like you said, this is what I'm planning to produce. I mean, sorry, but it's what I'm planning to propose in the coming AGM. You know, with the coming up with some amendments.
Give them more opportunity
Yes,
to talk.
give people opportunity. You know, current constitution says that you cannot say anything against the party. You cannot say against anything against the leader and all. So when you try to what you call put a gap on people, then you are not actually allowing people to express yourself. When somebody says something, you shoot out a show cause notice and all. It's not, because it's a different generation now. That's why, as I said, it's a evolution. People, there must be democracy. What I say is, when you talk about dissent does not mean disloyalty. Dissent means governance.
And there's always been stated that MIC is a real gangster party.
Okay.
That's the perception created.
Yeah, and that's the actually the not only perception, but
Yeah.
that is the idea that people have about MIC.
Yeah,
thus
but
far.
as I said, sometimes it's how sometimes people do create perception.
But is it a gangster party or
no,
not?
it is not a gangster party. Very clearly, any issues you have, anything to do with the community.
Right.
What is the first thing they all say? What is MIC doing? Where is the MIC politician? Why isn't MIC doing this? So if we were like a gangster party, or we were like an irrelevant party, people won't be asking where is MIC?
So
Why
you're
is
not a washout like MSCA.
No, okay. Now let me put this to you. You say MCA is a washout. Okay. in this country, which is the most affluent society?
I would say it's, if you talk about economically independent, would be the Chinese.
Okay, Chinese. Okay, right. So that means if I really ask you, MCA has actually done well, isn't it? To bring the Chinese community up. No, let me finish. The MCA has done well to really bring the Chinese community up. So then why did the Chinese community abandon MCA? Tell me.
In the last elections,
Why?
of course, yeah.
Why?
Actually, it started from 2008 and then it started
Yes.
building up,
Yes.
you know, until 2013.
So at the end of the day, to say MCA, if you ask me, to be frank, they've done well. They've actually brought the community up. But if the community today is moving away from MCA, so is MCA really the problem? Or it's because people like parties like MCA and parties like MIC has been telling by BN leadership, look, our community is not happy with this, our community is not happy
So
with
you're
that.
saying the UMNO party within the coalition is not
I-
being fair
I-
to MCA?
I've
It's
been-
too
I've been-
dominant
I've been-
and it-
yes.
yeah,
I've
too
been saying
dominant.
this for the past 2-3 years
Yeah.
because we should get rid of the big brother syndrome.
Then why is MIC still in the coalition?
Because you are still considered anak tiri.
Yes.
The anak tiri kan,
Yeah.
MCA
So if
and
you
MIC.
don't want to be a Hanat TV and
Yes.
you're still treated as one, why are you still in
Okay, the
the
very
coalition?
simple
Get
thing
out of
is
the coalition and probably
No.
do better in
in
the
a house,
opposition.
when you have problems within the house, you have to try to sort out the problem within the house. You don't try to burn down the house.
But the problem has been in place, and now MCA is not doing well anymore. MIC
Okay.
is not doing well anymore.
But
So
okay.
how do you solve the problem?
Okay, that is what I'm saying. If today, why we are still there and why we are trying to push in, because we have a prime minister today who's willing to listen, for change.
A prime minister who called GE13 a Chinese tsunami.
I understand.
Yes.
People do make mistakes. Nobody is perfect.
So you're saying the Prime Minister made the mistake by calling it a Chinese tsunami?
I think honestly, it was not a Chinese tsunami. It is what we call an urban tsunami.
So if the Prime Minister were to make a mistake, should he be coming up to apologize to the Chinese community and the Indian community
I
as
think
well?
in a way he's already expressed. I think over the last couple of days after he said that, I think he did try to change his stand on it and all the thing. So coming back to what you were saying just now, why I believe this Prime Minister that we have today, he is a Prime Minister that you can actually push and will actually do some changes.